7. All right. Hey, Matt, thank you very much. Well, a contractor who depends on his work vehicle recently learned his SUV is not part of a big recall.
Yeah, the vehicle's power steering doesn't work, yet other vehicles like his have been fixed. Well, the small business owner called 6 on Your Side consumer reporter Don Dare, who went for a ride, and Don, that was not a fun ride to be on.
No, without power steering, that SUV steers like trucks did some 50 and 60 years ago. It's very difficult. Kingston contractor Chad Deering says driving his Ford Flex is dangerous. In May of 2015, Ford recalled nearly 423,000 vehicles for power steering problems. The recall covers certain 2011 through 2013 Ford Flex and Taurus vehicles, as well as the Lincoln MKS and MKT models. The problem is the power-assisted steering can fail. It's a struggle to turn the steering wheel for Chad Deering. He's concerned with the condition of his vehicle because the power steering has failed. He bought this 2013 Ford Flex with a little more than 100,000 miles on it early last fall. Watch as he tries to steer it. So what's this like?
Like I'm driving Dad's old pickup truck when I was 7 years old, sitting on his lap. The ones that didn't have power steering.
He said without any warning, no lights, no chimes, the power steering suddenly quit as he was driving on the interstate in early November. He showed us how loose the steering wheel has become.
But the steering wheel is what worries me because I'm actually concerned that the airbag may deploy as well.
In May 2015, Ford Motor Company recalled over 400,000 vehicles with potential steering issues. Ford said an intermittent electrical connection can cause the power steering to stop. That sends the steering into manual mode, making the vehicles harder to control. Ford said dealers will either update power steering software or replace the steering gear. Mr. Deering also has another issue with his vehicle.
When I push my blinker, see, it won't stay on anymore. So we've got more than one electrical fault between the steering wheel and communicating with the vehicle itself.
Chad said the power steering assist warning signal never goes off.
And then it goes to service advanced track warning, which lets me know that I don't have any traction control or any of the bells and whistles aren't working for me as far as steering is concerned.
So without the traction control, if you were to drive in slippery conditions,
It'll slide right off the road. Yeah. If you were to lose traction, it's going to keep going.
Chad said you can't see the power steering assembly because it's tucked below and behind the engine.
This EPAS system is quite complex.
This YouTube video explains how the motor in the electric power steering system on some vehicles overheats. In September, Chad called a local Ford dealer and his vehicle's identification number was checked against the recall.
They said that it was not included in the campaign, that it didn't cover my VIN, that I would have to pay out of pocket for the repairs.
Chad also sent a note electronically to Ford's corporate office in late November. This was their response.
We have thoroughly reviewed your request, and after careful consideration, we regret that Ford is not able to provide financial assistance to address your issue.
We wrote to Ford's corporate office in Detroit outlining the power steering issue with Mr. Deering's SUV. Since Chad's power steering doesn't work, we wanted to know why his Flex is not part of the recall. Ford's response to our inquiry: customers' safety is a top priority. We conduct safety recalls when data demonstrates a safety defect in a specific population of vehicles. Mr. Deering's vehicle was not in the population with an identified safety defect for this recall.
The dealership that I took the vehicle to acknowledges that it's faulty.
Chad showed us 5 pages of notes following the inspection of the steering system on his Ford Flex.
We just, I guess, expected a better response, for them as far as concern for general safety of people that bought their vehicles.
Disappointed in the results, Chad said it's going to cost him about $2,500 to have the power steering repaired in order for him to safely drive his SUV. Again, Ford Motor Company said since the Ford Flex Chad drives was not part of the recall campaign, he would have to pay out of pocket for the repairs. Chad likes his vehicle, its size and its comfort, he said. So soon he'll be getting it fixed. And Kristen Orion still he doesn't understand why his vehicle, with identical problems to those that are recalled, is outside of that recall window.
Yeah, and I wonder if it'll be added maybe in the future if more customers complain.
That's the key there, will it?
But is he already going to have it fixed?
Yeah, well, they haven't already.
All right, Don,
Thank you,
thank
Don.
you.
If you have a consumer question for Don, send him an email at ddare@whe.com or call us 6 on your side hotline number 865-633-5974.